Action. Welcome in to the Brookes Bench with host Brooke, aka Shiggy, and my co-host Brooke.
So go.
And Megan.
What's up?
If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, or follow us on all social media at the Brookes Bench, and join our Discord link in the description. Now it's gonna be a little fast one, okay? We gotta wake up in like 4 hours, go to New York, okay? So.
I am not. I'm staying here.
Yeah, unfortunately Brooke's not going, but let's get the show on the road. What's up? My first gripe of the day is having two great games. Actually, yeah, two great games on at the same time. And I'm pretty sure this happened, back-to-back times? Yeah.
Yeah.
The ACC SEC Challenge. You had them all on the same time. So I'm flipping back and forth between all these games, trying to figure out game flow, and it was just too much, honestly. So I started with the South Carolina game. And then I was flipping between that and Texas and UNC. Texas and UNC started off pretty close, I'm not going to lie at first. So Texas ended up defeating UNC 79-64, obviously. UNC did come out pretty hot, though. They led 21-16 after the first quarter. But, I mean, Texas, we've been talking about how great they've been doing all season long. They really flipped it around, and they outscored them 23-10 in the next quarter. And then just from there, it was a wrap. I mean, UNC tried to get back into the game, but I mean, Texas really handily took control. I'm honestly not surprised. I did focus on this game at first because UNC was ahead of Texas, and I was like, what is going on? And then I just assumed South Carolina was going to handle Louisville. So that whole, first half missed for South Carolina. But Texas, like I said, did really well. UNC had 20 turnovers in this game. Not great. They shot 18% from the three. It just was not a great shooting night for UNC. Jordan Lee led Texas 22 points, Madison Booker 18 points, and then India Navarre for UNC had 17 points. Obviously, it came down to turnovers in this game. Like I said, UNC had 20, Texas only had 8. But what are your guys' thoughts on UNC? I think they put up a pretty, decent fight in my mind because I didn't really have high hopes for UNC versus Texas in this game.
Yeah, they shot well. They actually offensively played well, except for the turnover. So that alone lost the game for them. They didn't even have a chance. So, but I think it was, Texas turned up the energy going into the second quarter to cause those turnovers. So it's not just like UNC was just playing super sloppy. I wouldn't say it was sloppy.
No.
I just think that Texas defense, came out stronger.
Definitely. Brooke, anything to add?
No, this is probably the one game I didn't get to watch.
It wasn't anything crazy. After the first quarter, I was like, oh, this was going to be good. And then after that, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to watch the other game, South Carolina versus Louisville, you had to flip back to the channel. So obviously it was close the entire game, honestly. I know South Carolina really came out in the second quarter and third quarter and, was still leading. But, Louisville came back in that fourth quarter. I know Tajiana Roberts was having herself a day. I believe she ended with, what was it? Yeah, 20 points. And she had a good look at the end to win this game. Walls drew up a really good play. She was wide open from three, and she just sailed it right over, the rim. And she was tore up about it, and it's just it was frustration, and I was like, I know that same frustrating feeling, where it's just like, you're just so mad at yourself for doing that, because, it was a great look to win the game, to beat South Carolina, and they played really well against South Carolina in this game. I will say what frustrated me the most, I know Oka and Joyce Edwards, they ended up doing fine in the game, but they missed easy, shots around the basket towards the end of this game. And if they make those, I think it's a little different of an outcome, right? But, what are your guys' thoughts with Louisville hanging with South Carolina?
Yeah, this was a scary game. Like you said, we were jumping around, but then towards the end, we were definitely watching. And I know that you were yelling at the screen, telling Don to call a timeout. Because for a minute there, it was just like South Carolina couldn't get a bucket. And then Louisville was just, scoring. So it's just like, what the heck? I think that was in the third quarter. But, it was a good game overall. That's the best we've seen Louisville play this year. And I know we've been concerned about them not really being able to compete because they just don't have the same team they've had. But they look good.
Brooke, any thoughts?
The only thing I only got to watch maybe like the fourth quarter or some of the fourth quarter. And I was excited to see Louisville like basically battle to the last whistle. And I want to say there was a couple moments where South Carolina kind of pumped the brakes too much and was like almost looking for a foul. And then it was like Louisville pressed or I know what you're talking about. Up the court, and it's like, dude, it's the last couple minutes of a game. You cannot sit there and complain at a ref. Like, Louisville was coached perfectly to just get to the hoop. Like, don't worry about it. Keep going. And I want to see that more of South Carolina. They got lucky this game, but that's what's going to hurt these higher ranked teams here soon, is they're just going to keep complaining to refs. And the other teams are going to be like, all right, we'll take 5v4.
And I mean, Louisville, they made 11 threes in this game. I mean, they shot really well. And I mean, like I said, Tatiana Romertz did really good in this game. She was 4 for 8 from the 3-point line. Tessa had herself a really good game, 20 points, 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. And then Raven Johnson added 11 points and 8 assists. But I mean, I forgot which one of you said it, but I mean, this is probably the best we've seen Louisville play. Especially against South Carolina, but I think it's a little different if at the end Joyce Edwards Ocott make those easy baskets around, easy shots around the basket. I know they came out clutch at the end. Raven had a clutch layup as well towards the end. But I mean, it is what it is. They won. It doesn't matter.
It was nice to see Tanaya Latson out there too.
Yeah,
I had forgot for a minute that she transferred, and it was nice to see her like playing in clutch minutes of South Carolina's game.
It just kind of sucks because she's not the same as, at Florida State. It's just like,
but she was like the star down there. Now she's on a team of stars. She's trying to figure out like her place and figure all that out, especially in like tough games. Like early season, they don't play a lot of tough teams. So
let's head over to the second half of the ACC SEC Challenge, Ole Miss versus Notre Dame. Now, I'm not going to lie. This is the game I started out watching. And after the first quarter, it was 26-14. Notre Dame looked like they had this game handled. And I was like, all right, I'm switching. I'm switching the game. Okay? And then, excuse me, Ole Miss just came back and just said, nah, Notre Dame. Sorry. Notre Dame had 5 turnovers just in the second quarter, and it really reeled Ole Miss to a lead, 37-29. And then from there, Ole Miss continued to have the lead. Honestly, they outscored Notre Dame 21-12 in the third. And then towards the end, I don't know if you guys caught this, Hannah Hidalgo got ejected. It was like with 9 seconds left. I don't know what it was said.
The most PG thing that she's done. Like you said, I don't know what she said, but that girl chirps. Like that was. It wasn't like she was in her face. Like they were both jogging down and she was staring her down. I thought that was the most PG I've seen Hannah Hidalgo in her 8 years in the NCAA. Like I just like in 9 seconds. Like come on. Like she was already coming off the bench or going to the bench. Like just leave it.
Apparently, she had an earlier technical that I missed, but so that was the second tech, and that's why she got ejected. But I was just like, at first, I was like, she got ejected for that? But then I was like, oh, she got 2 techs, apparently. But I mean, Ole Miss hit clutch free throws at the end, clutch baskets. Cody McMahon, I mean, she does this crazy, like, not around the world. It's like, I can't even explain it. Her layup is just so clutch. When she's around the basket. This is what Ole Miss needed. They needed that score, and I feel like she's fitting really well into the system. Who else was it? Owala. She's doing really well. She had 18 points, 13 rebounds, and they showed a stat last year. Like she's averaging like so much more points this season compared to last season. So it's cool to see that growth. Obviously, Hannah Hidalgo led for Notre Dame, 28 points. And the next closest person for Notre Dame was Maya Cowles. And she had 12 points and it was off the bench. So it's just like, it's going back to Notre Dame. Who else is going to step up next to, Hannah Hidalgo? But I mean, what are your guys' any additional thoughts on this game?
Well, I mean, we already talked about it enough. Notre Dame has no depth. They're going to struggle. But the thing that was shocking me in this game is, maybe it's just me, but when did Cody McMahon how you say her last name?
McMahon.
When did she start shooting threes?
I know.
Because I swear, the whole game, I'm looking at shit like, what? Why is she jacking up the threes? Like, that's new.
Yeah, I don't remember her being a 3-point shooter as well.
Man, she went 2 for 6, but
Yeah.
man, some like the ones that didn't go in, they were bad shots in my opinion.
No, yeah, they were. I think at one point I said, every time I looked up, I'm seeing someone miss a 3-point shot, and you're like, that's Cody McMahon. I was like, oh, that had me busted up. But yeah, I mean, Ole Miss, good win for them. Notre Dame, I think they had this game in the first, and then they just let it go. So unfortunate for them, but fortunate for Ole Miss. The other game, I know LSU and Duke played, but Duke's not ranked, and LSU handed them. It was close at first. I know, Brooke, you
It
were
was the first like 2 quarters, first quarter, because you guys were watching Ole Miss and I was watching LSU Duke because I haven't watched LSU. And Duke was running them.
Yeah.
They were on like an 11-1 run to start off.
And
It
then
was
crumbled.
wild. And then Duke became Duke.
Duke again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Duke. Yeah, okay. Well, the other, I almost said the Pac-12. It's not the Pac-12. Washington and USC face each other. USC
will always be the Pac-12.
I know. I was like, USC beat Washington 59-50. Now, this was the worst game of the century. The first quarter ended 8-4. Okay, so I want
That's
you guys
embarrassing.
to put that in perspective. USC shot 2 for 14. Sellers scored 6 points. 6 of Washington's 8 points in the first quarter. Don't worry. At halftime, it was 22-22. Is that right? Am I reading that right? Are we serious right now? I would have, because, excuse me, that sounds horrible. In the third, don't worry, it only ended 39-34. USC held Washington 4 of 16.
It was 23-22.
Okay, 20.
But yeah, basically
but
same
still,
thing. Yeah.
What was going on? Brick City? I'm just confused. I know Ladine struggled this game for Washington. She had 0 points.
0 for 10.
0 for 10.
And then 0 for 5 from the 3-point line.
Washington shot 27% from the field. 18 for 67. What the? Wow. You know, I'm kind of glad I tuned in at the fourth quarter of this game. My eyes would have bled watching this game. That's crazy. It was closer at the end. Washington did cut it to 53-50 with Howell. But, I mean, USC went on a run. Jazzy Davidson played really well. Even at the end of this game, she hit some clutch buckets. She ended with 22 points, 12 rebounds. Kennedy Smith, 13 points. Savia Sellers for Washington, 20 points. She's having a really good season, actually. I know Ladine's been, she was out for a couple games with injury, so probably trying to just get back in the flow of things. Especially adding Avery Howe now, so it's just like another shooter, another 3-point shooter. Definitely taking a ding for Ladine, but, I mean, I'm not surprised USC won. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about these two teams.
I didn't get to watch this one, so I don't have a lot of thoughts, but it doesn't seem like I really missed a good game.
I missed a lot of misses. That's what it is. Yeah. That's a rough stat. Ending a quarter 8-4.
Mm-hmm.
As top programs.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What, Meg, are you on their stats? What was their, I didn't think I put it. What did they end with their shooting percentages?
I thought you said 27 points. 27% for Washington and 38% from USC.
Yum. Okay. Washington also had 14 turnovers, so that's not going to help you out. Upsets though. The fact we just talked up Ole Miss and then Ole Miss got upset by Kansas State is crazy. 61-60. I have been hearing good things about Kansas State though. They're like sneakily building up some good wins. So I'm like, Ole Miss, what's going on here? But Ole Miss basically controlled this entire game. And it was like, what was it? The tortoise and the hare? Kansas State like slowly picked away, just like a quarter at a time. And in the fourth quarter, that's basically what they did. They didn't go on any huge runs. They had just little small runs. Ole Miss, turnovers and missed shots. I mean, that's what it really comes down to, especially in crunch time. I mean, we've seen it in games earlier in the season where it's like they're doing that early and they can't come back. but it's also it's gonna hurt you in the end. Like if you can't, play defense and take care of the ball, you're gonna lose. And this was basically a buzzer beater, because Herod basically had a layup that left 1 second on the clock, and then Ole Miss couldn't get a shot off. So, yikes! Especially coming from Ole Miss, who's like a defensive team, to like allow someone to slip through your defense and make a shot, basically a buzzer beater. Kansas State had 7 made threes in this game. Ole Miss shot well, 40% from the field, but I mean, it just wasn't enough. Jordan Spicer, I think, 19 points for Kansas State. Terrence Hyde's 13 points. But for Ole Miss, struggles. Cody McMahon, only 15 points. Tiana Thompson off the bench, 12 points. So not a lot of help offensively for Ole Miss. Do you guys think this loss hurts Ole Miss? Or it's just a hiccup, a bump in the road?
I think, Ole Miss will bounce back, but this is a tough one to take. Yeah, it just looks like bad shooting. A lot of games this week. People are just off.
Bad.
They probably had too much turkey for Thanksgiving or something.
Oh my gosh. They don't go home. They're playing.
And maybe that's why. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's unfortunate for Ole Miss. I don't think they took too much of a hit in the rankings. We'll go over that later, but not a good look. But good for Kansas State, because I know I've heard some good things about them and them just playing steady and having some good wins already early this season. Another upset, this was, I think, shocking most to me. Villanova destroyed West Virginia, 81-59.
Good word choice.
Yeah, thank you. Because what is going on? I mean, West Virginia, I don't even think showed up for this game. Honestly, Villanova led 28-17 after the first. They just shot really well, 12 for 20 from the field. Jasmine Bosco had 15 points in the first quarter. McCurry had 8 points. And it's just, West Virginia really never got back into this game. And in the fourth, it was just over. They only scored 8 points in the final quarter. Excuse me. Who's coming back from that? Villanova overall shot really well, 52%. They were just lights out. It was just one of those days. You're talking about people are shooting bad? Well, look at Villanova, Megan. Just killed your theory there. West Virginia, though, 32%. 3 for 10 from the three. Jesus Christ. It just was not a good night for West Virginia. They did, unfortunately, fall out of the top 25 because of this loss. But I'm not surprised. I mean, they were like, I think, ranked 25. So it is what it is. Villanova had a lot of offensive production. Jasmine Bosco, 24 points. McCurry, 21 points. Kennedy Henry, 11 points. And Brooke Bender, 11 points. Gia Cook led West Virginia with 20 points. And kicked West Virginia out of the top 25. Any comments on West Virginia losing to Villanova?
I'm more shocked that they were still in the top 25.
Well, they were winning for a little bit. They actually got upset last week. I think we did talk about them getting upset last week. And now they're gone. Bye-bye. So
bye.
I'm still probably back. Some just almost upsets to put on your guys' radar. Minnesota almost beat Maryland in double overtime, and we forgot to talk about it. Maryland lost Kayleen Smeichel.
Yeah,
rest of the year.
That hurts.
Injury. Maryland's hopes and dreams are over now. I'm sorry, Megan.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was going to be half your year, and it's no longer. I don't think you guys have a chance. I'm sorry. That's going to be a little rough. I lied. You guys have a Konoa. And Papenbarger. And Garzon. Smeichels a tough loss, though.
Yeah.
This game was crazy. I saw the highlights at the end. I don't know if you guys saw the video. I think I sent it to you guys on Twitter, but literally, it was 99-90 with 44 seconds left. And Maryland won. It was like turnover, quick score, and one on a press. Like at least two or three times. I was just like, what is going on? Good for you, Maryland. But I mean, you did go to OT with Minnesota, so not good, Maryland. You know, kind of like back and forth. I don't know how I feel about that. But good job, Maryland. Stanford almost beat Tennessee. Brooke, tell us about it because this was a good game.
This is a very good coin toss game. On one hand, it was a very good game and a very good outing for the number 1 and number 2 recruiting classes. They're both young. And on the other side, it was terrible for both teams. Like Stanford's 30 turnovers by the end of the game.
That was crazy.
And that's just one of the stats on here. Tennessee shot so bad. So bad. I think they were only like, 42% or 46% or maybe even worse than that. And they could not shoot a free throw to save their life. Like, for Stanford having 30 turnovers and they only lost by 3, I think is the most wild thing of this whole process. But Tennessee, of course, started out really tough and aggressive, and Stanford kept their cool, calm energy, which really did help them until they got aggressive like Tennessee. And then I think that's kind of when things started falling. Took them way too long to figure out how to break a full court press.
Yeah,
don't pick up your dribble.
Exposed. They cannot break a press. Oh my goodness.
They couldn't break a press. They figured it out by the time half came. But then Tennessee probably should have got called for more reaching fouls than they did. All they do is that team is reaches.
Yeah.
And then like we'll go in the top 25 later. I had to check it out today. So more people should be voting for Stanford. Yes, 30 turnovers hurts, but the fact that they kept in this game, they have a solid young team.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Tennessee, to be honest, there was a lot of moments where I was like, damn, they're lazy. Like they weren't hustling. Like,
I think they're exhausted.
And probably like that's what we were talking about. It was just like they're tired. I think we said that last week coming off UCLA. Like they're definitely tired, and the coach talked about it in their post-game conference that they're just tired. But I do see like live Tennessee is starting to figure out their 5 rotation. Like they're starting to get more comfortable with it. And once they get comfortable with that, Tennessee's going to be really dangerous.
Well, and it's like their style of play, I think, is what makes them tired, right? It's just like go.
You full court press from the beginning and you don't stop until the end. Like that's crazy. You don't see any team doing that.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a good game for Stanford. Like you said, 30 turnovers was crazy.
Yeah.
Like cut that in half is a different game.
For sure.
But yeah,
Nunu though, she's a banger. Good. Like, dude, I mean, that was a questionable
It could have been a foul at the end.
And like Nunu, I was saying it last year. She should have got, in my opinion, one of the most improved players of the year. Because, oh my God, when what's her face left to go to USC, like she was it, and she didn't have the best of year before, and just like that into some of the 2 freshmen who are just phenomenal at Stanford. Like if they all stay and the transfer portal doesn't hit Stanford, dude, they're gonna be good in a year or 2.
Yeah. Well,
they're gonna be back in that top 25 for sure.
Yeah, I think they can make it in here at one point. I don't know when.
Well, if they figure out this turnovers, they're gonna make it.
Maybe beat Notre Dame. You guys play Notre Dame at some point? And NC State? Oh well, NC
No, well we play NC State, but it's not at home.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so maybe beat one of them, and you guys are in, I think. And then NC State almost beat Oklahoma. They did go to OT. NC State, I really thought was going to win this game, but them closing games, I think, is a mystery to themselves. They look so good, and then at the end, it's just like, okay, it falls apart. I know Zoe Brooks had a good game, 25 points. Camille Pierre, 19 points, 20 rebounds. Aaliyah Chavez, 33 points. This girl is not afraid to take shots. She will step into a shot. No, she will turn down no shot, that girl. And you know what? It works for Oklahoma.
It shows, though. 3 for 11.
I know, but, keep shooting, I guess.
Yeah.
But Sahara Williams, I do want to give a shout to her. I feel like she is like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, she is their hustle. Like, she is their, I just don't know how to explain it, but she is behind the scenes working. She had a really good game, 21 points. And I feel like she is an X factor on this team. But Oklahoma squeezes out against NC State. With that said, the AP Top 25 poll, not a lot of movement at the top. A lot of movement at the bottom. Michigan State dropped 5 spots. Did I miss a Michigan State upset?
Upset?
They might not have played good teams because the ACC SEC challenge probably boosted some of these teams, and they might not have played anybody.
Well, sorry if I missed an upset. It's okay. I didn't watch the game because I don't really watch Michigan State. I'm sorry. Ole Miss drops 4, obviously, after their upset. Other than that, minimal movement. Nebraska, though, welcome Cornhuskers. You guys know I'm an honorary Cornhusker fan. I love cheering for them in March Madness. I mean, March, go Corn.
I wish I had a timeline of all your random teams you choose.
It's more fun. It's just so fun to root for a random team.
Michigan State lost to Wisconsin, 78-64.
Wisconsin.
Oh my God. Yuck. Yeah. Sorry we missed that upset. But the Cornhuskers are back. Go Nebraska. Stanford 1 vote. Okay, that's disrespectful.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, yes. Do I think that they should be in the top 25? No, not at all. However, for them to drop votes like this consistently, like they almost upset Tennessee, you guys.
Yeah,
let's give them a couple more damn votes.
Yeah, I agree. But I did hear Princeton is doing pretty well over there in the Ivy League.
I believe it.
But anywho, any shock? Is anyone shocked my Cornhuskers are back?
I'm shocked Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a school in most sports to keep an eye on. Their NIL money is bringing some real people into Texas Tech in every single sport, and it's pretty. I got my eye on Texas Tech.
I will say I did like how they played last March Madness. They're scrappy. I loved watching them play. I was like, okay, Texas Tech. Meg, any shockers?
No.
I know, not a lot of movement. Not a lot of movement this week. A lot of ones.
It's kind of like all expected.
Yeah. So. Looking ahead, we're going to miss this week. We will not be having the week 6 recap. This is week 6 next. Yeah. But it's great matchups. Iowa State versus Iowa. Love that. I'm going to be sad that I'm missing that game. Texas versus Baylor. Okay. Great. Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State. Okay, we got a lot of rivalry games.
Wow, I was going to say, a little in-state rivalries going on.
Okay. Louisville versus UNC and UConn versus USC. Any potential upsets you guys see here?
If Louisville plays like how they played last week, I think I see them upsetting UNC.
Yes.
For sure. Oklahoma State's going to be a good one.
I haven't watched a lot of Oklahoma State to say that. We're sorry,
I don't think Oklahoma State, no. Not this year. Oklahoma's doing way too well. But no, the Iowa State-Iowa game.
I know.
It's probably going to be good, yeah.
I hope Iowa State wins. I'm sorry, Hawkeye fans. I am a Cyclone.
Audie's hot right now.
You're not a Cyclone. So. You're an Audie Crooks fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she leaves, sorry. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's having a really good season. Did you guys see the stat? I don't even know if we mentioned it. She's averaging more points than minutes.
Yeah, I did see that a couple of days ago.
That's a crazy stat.
I did see that.
Player of the year? Okay, but I mean, we will not, like I said, week 6? I'm getting my weeks mixed up. We won't be here next week, okay? We'll be in New York.
I'll be here.
Yeah, she'll be in California, and we'll be in New York. So excited for that for us. But we will be back the following week, I think. Hopefully. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And we'll be back in 2 weeks for week 7. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.